Hey, Rag, how's it going?
Thanks for having us here. I'm Raghav from the Vultisig team, and I look after all of our efforts for agents, bots, leading up to the TGE, getting contracts, staking, everything in place. Excited to share with you guys.
Welcome. We're glad to have you today. And the first question will be: let us know and explain us like we5. What's Vultisig?
So Vultisig is a wallet meant to give people easy and safe access to crypto. So the story of how Vultisig really came about is JP came back to crypto after some time away, and he was trying to set up just a simple Bitcoin, Ethereum, Rune, Cosmos wallet. And it was just incredibly hard to set up a good multisig, even though this is a problem that has been solved at a technological level for quite some time. So we said, okay, we're going to take the same MPC technology that's used as the basic infrastructure for Thorchain, and we're going to extract it out into a wallet so that any user can enjoy the same level of security as Thorchain or any institutional MPC wallet, but have it accessible at an individual mobile phone desktop app level. And we kicked that off last year. So we've been live on the wallet side for just about a year now. We've got 10,000 plus users, hundreds of millions in value stored through this wallet. It's all self-custody. You never have to rely on any external trusted party. And now we're using this as a base to allow people to trustlessly access all kinds of automations, bots, and AI agents. And this enables us to do some really cool stuff, like allowing people to stake and rebalance their stakes and claim staking rewards and reinvest them all automatically without having to manually go and manage this once a week, along with a whole host of stuff. So
my first question that came to my mind was, is Vultisig and Thorchain wallet or TGT wallet is the same thing?
No. So Vultisig is obviously more cross-chain. Vultisig supports the majority of the chains you would care about in the top 50 by market cap. So we've got Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Ripple, all the Cosmos chains, Rune, Atom, everything. We've got Telegram, Solana, Sui, all the EVM chains. So we're on much more user-focused wallet, whereas Thor wallet is obviously deeply integrated into the Thorchain ecosystem. It has all the connections to all the Thorchain apps. In Vultisig's case, we're chain agnostic. Obviously, we have support for things like bonding Rune and making swaps, but that's about it. We're not Thorchain specific. You can use the wallet with any Web3 compatible app. There's a browser extension. You can connect it to Uniswap. All of that works. So Vultisig's only sort of overlap with Thorchain is really the MPC, because we're using the same technology that the Thorchain blockchain itself uses. Apart from that, it's a user-first chain-agnostic wallet.
Is this your website, right? This one?
Yes, that's us.
Yeah, I just want to put it to let people see what we're talking about. All right. Following that, I have another question. What makes it different? Why should I choose like Vultisig instead of using, for example, MetaMask or any other solution? Because, you know, the wallet itself and the trust, which what they put in this wallet always holds them back from trying new wallets. And why would you say Vultisig is different so we can choose it over MetaMask or any other wallet?
So I think there are two things that make Vultisig very helpful for users. And the first one is, in a normal scenario, the average crypto user might have 5 wallets. You might have MetaMask for all your EVM chains, Phantom for all your Solana chains, Tonkeeper for Ton, maybe a Ledger or Trust Wallet or Electrum for Bitcoin, maybe Trust Wallet or TronLink for Tron. So if you do a lot of stuff in crypto, and if you're bouncing across multiple chains, it's very easy to end up with 5, 6, 7 wallets. And there is no existing wallet that is really, really good at a multi-chain experience. They all kind of have their preferences. So Vultisig is, like I said, chain agnostic. Most importantly, we are a crypto wallet. We will support every chain that we can. And we've already started by supporting the majority of the major chains. The second one is every other wallet is a single point of failure. If your computer is compromised, your MetaMask keys can be stolen. If someone finds out your ledger seed phrase, your funds can be stolen. If someone finds out your Trust Wallet seed phrase, your funds can be stolen. The main security benefit of Vultisig is that we use multi-party computation, MPC. So that means you can use multiple devices to secure your wallet, and any attack on you will have to compromise all or at least the majority of these devices before they can access your funds. So it's much more secure than single private key based wallets. And because it is more secure and multi-chain, it makes sense for users to switch from using 5 different wallets to using one really secure one rather than risk their funds across them.
That sounds very impressive. Can you please expand something for us? How it actually works? So this multi-party computation, how does it work from user perspective? Which steps I have to do to set up my wallet and be more secure in comparison to most of solutions on the market?
Yeah, so from a user perspective, it's actually pretty simple because what we have done is try to make it accessible to people with just their mobile phone and laptop. So how this works is, to get started, you download Multisig on your Mac, Windows, Linux, Android, iOS. We support all the platforms. And you have to create a vault. So this is similar to how in most other wallets you download and create your 24-word seed phrase, except in our case, when you create a vault, you need a second device. So this can be your phone and your laptop, 2 different phones, 2 different laptops. Or if you really only want to use one device, you can use us and our Vulti server as the second party. When you create the vault between these 2 devices, we conduct what is called a key ceremony, and it generates what you can think of as 2 shares of a private key. The main advantage here is neither of the 2 devices ever see the full private key. They can only use it to sign transactions if both of them cooperate with each other. So this is the same technology used by Thorchain or decentralized swaps, where all the nodes hold different key shares and they have to work together to sign the outgoing transactions for swaps. We make that accessible at the user level. From the user perspective, once you do this key gen and you want to sign a transaction, you will get a QR code on the device you filled out the transaction details on. You scan that with your second device, and they will exchange the information required to sign the transaction, talk to each other, produce that signature, and then broadcast the transaction. So it's pretty user-friendly, I would say. There's a slight learning curve where you don't get the 24 words and you have to back up a key share file instead. But that's really the only difference. Instead of writing down words, you save a file, and the rest of the wallet experience is the same as what you're used to in most other wallets. You see your address, see your balance, see your various assets. It's all there.
Interesting. I still have to have this in more expanded way for me to personally understand how would it work without having a seed phrase. So in short, just say if I'm wrong. So basically, we create vault instead of wallet, and we share this access to this vault between 2 or more, let's say, devices, right?
Yep, correct.
In very, very short. But where the where the seed phrase, or like where the funds actually are, like, is it like an address, or like, it's like interesting to clarify. So getting back to this statement, regain control with the seedless multi-chain crypto vault. Seedless.
Yes.
What does that mean? Like, seedless.
So in a typical wallet, you get 24 or 12 or 15 words when you set it up. These are your seed words. Internally, the wallet will use these as a secret value. That's why you're not supposed to share them with anyone. And it will use it to generate your private keys. If you lose your phone, but you still have your seed words, you can put in the same seed words into a newly downloaded wallet, and it will generate the same keys. Now, the problem with this is if someone else gets to know your seed words, maybe you wrote it on a paper, someone steals the paper, or you took a screenshot and someone steals the image, they can also access your keys. What Vultisig does here is, using multi-party computation, we remove the need for having a single secret phrase. How this works is, when you set up your vault, 2 devices or more, depending on what your configuration is, but you need a minimum of 2 devices will talk to each other, and through some math, they will agree on 2 different numbers, which when used together can generate a private key, but not reveal it to either of the devices. So this is part of an MPC protocol. We're using one called DKLS, and that allows multiple devices to securely generate and use a private key without revealing it to any of the devices. So this makes it seedless, because no single device ever stores anything like a seed. There is no single value that can be used to take all your funds if it is compromised or leaked. And this is so secure, in fact, that if you have 2 devices and you take the key share from one of the devices, you can put it up publicly, store it in an online drive, store it in a web server, send it over Telegram. But as long as you keep the second one safe, nobody will be able to reconstruct any of the secret values. So it's primarily just a lot of clever math that allows 2 devices to agree on a secret value without knowing the secret value, and then use that value as a private key to sign transactions and generate addresses.
It sounds like another level math, which no one before used, or no one came up to this.
So it's pretty common, but it hasn't been accessible to regular users. MPC has been used institutionally for many years already. All the institutional custodians, Fireblocks, BitGo, all the big names have been using this for 5-10 years already. So it's not a new concept, but it is the first time that it has become accessible to regular retail users.
Wow, that's great. But getting back to seedless, overall, we will have the seed phrase, but generated by 2 or
so
more.
So you can think of it as, instead of having a single seed phrase, let's say you have 3 devices that participate in your vault, and out of these 3 devices,
so they like 3 of them makes one seed phrase, but they do not know like the whole seed phrase.
Correct.
They know only
they only make a seed phrase if they can talk to each other.
Yeah, it's like a seed phrase. It's still like a seed phrase because we have to generate the private key, but it is like detached into the puzzle, which they can only like together make a whole picture, but they cannot like know how this whole picture looks like.
Yes, correct. Exactly.
Okay.
So correct.
This is a very interesting thing. I really want to like try it out, and I see like that it is open source and audited, and that's great. So, and you set this up, you created, and you got 10 plus K users at the moment, right? And now, what are the next steps for you, for the company, for the like TGE, for the airdrop, for like everything?
Yeah. Okay. So I think next steps is two categories. I'll talk about TGE first, let you translate that, and then we can go into the really fun stuff. So TGE for us is happening very, very soon. How our TGE works is actually super user friendly. So just to give a little bit of history here, Vultisig has raised money, as you guys can see on the website, from a number of investors. All of our investors came in between the 50 to 70 to 100 million FTV range. So our investors came in pretty high. When we launched our TGE, we have an initial launch that's happening on Uniswap. So there's a Uniswap pool. This has already been created. You guys can go find it on Etherscan. But the pool is locked right now. On the day of the TGE, for 24 hours, only people who have been active in the community, participated in Vultisig discourse projects, Discord, and have been whitelisted will be able to trade the Vault token on Uniswap. The Uniswap pool starts at a $3 million FTV. So this is 33x lower than what the investors came in at. And it's obviously a very good price for users. After 24 hours, the pool, all restrictions are removed and anybody else can start to trade. So TGE is going to happen very, very soon, in the next couple of weeks. And this will be a launch on Ethereum mainnet, starting on Uniswap. So we're looking forward to this. This is obviously a big moment. People have been actively looking at our airdrop points program, participating in the community leading up to this TGE. So we're super excited to have this coming up in the very, very near future, and in a manner that favors our early users rather than investors or sniper bots.
Got it. Can you please remind me some amounts?
So in the short version is, our Uniswap pool starts at a $3 million FTV. So 100 million vault in circulation. So 3 cents a vault. We're starting at $3 million FTV. Our investors invested into Vault anywhere from 50 to 100 million FTV. So our user launch is happening much, much below the investor price. For the first 24 hours, it's whitelist only. This is to prevent sniper bots. It's to reward people who have been active in the community and received a whitelist. We still have a few slots left. I think there's 10 or 15 slots left. If anyone is still keen to participate in Discord and Twitter and try and get one of those. And then after 24 hours, it's public. So anyone can trade normal Uniswap pool.
One more question to this topic. Can anyone from our community still like be whitelisted in order to participate in this activity, or it's like too late to join?
So the total whitelist is capped at 1,500 users. I believe we are somewhere around 1,480 right now. So there are still maybe 15, 20 slots open that we are giving out frequently based on Twitter campaigns, Discord participation. So there are a few slots left. If people want to participate, they should check the Vultisig Twitter and Discord. There are frequent giveaways and engagements to give out the last few slots.
What's with the airdrop?
So the airdrop is interesting because there's multiple seasons to the airdrop. So we've been running the first version for a few months now. And to qualify for the first version is pretty easy. You create a Vultisig vault, you store your assets in there, and you register for the airdrop. You earn 1 point per dollar you are storing per day. So if you store $100 for 1 week, you get 700 points. This airdrop will go out shortly after TGE, but we're also looking at season 2 and season 3 of the airdrop, which will reward users who use Vultisig's upcoming AI agent and bot plugin features, which I can share in more detail if you want. And that's what I think is really exciting, because that's what's going to really differentiate Vultisig as a wallet for users rather than just a wallet for storing assets.
Amazing. I also, I always really wonder why people want to, like, not people. I was talking to guys back in November 2024. I was talking to guys. You probably aware about Kepler wallet. It is like, yeah. So, and I asked them. Yeah. So I asked them, hey guys, how do you coping with everything while you do not have token? And so they said, like, hey, we just don't have token. We don't need it because we structured everything as a business. So we have business model, and it does not require token at the moment. So yeah. And why did you choose to leverage token as the main driver of this business structure, or is there any other?
So it's very simple. Our token is not for our business needs. Vultisig is very well funded. We've raised more than $10 million. We have 4 or 5 years of runway. We don't need the token to run the project. The project will run perfectly safely. Even if there's a bear market, we have more than enough runway. The token is for the users. So how Vault works is when you buy Vault and you stake Vault, you directly receive a portion of Vultisig's revenue stream. So if you use Vultisig, inside Vultisig, you can take certain actions like swap. These generate some fees. Now, in most other wallets like Trust Wallet or Ledger or MetaMask, these fees are kept by the wallet, and they make quite a bit of fees. MetaMask and Ledger make like several $100,000 every week just from swap fees. We don't keep these fees. 100% of this revenue is distributed to Vault stakers. We don't need it to run Vultisig as a business. Our business model is to build a really, really good wallet and get users to use it. Everything that's happening on the swap fees revenue generation side, we're just going to send it back to Vault owners and stakers. So the token ties the incentives. We don't want the token to be used as a fundraising mechanic. We aren't selling our own tokens to raise funds for the project. We are sending tokens, in fact, at a very low valuation, simply because it's the right thing to do for the community. And so far, we have already got about $200,000 in revenue that has accumulated over the last few months. And this will be in the staking pool on day one. So as soon as you start buying Vault, you can stake it, and there's $200,000 in the staking pool that's immediately available. This is the revenue we have collected over the last few months. None of it has been spent on project expenses. It belongs to the token holders, and it's going to go to the token holders. So I think it's a philosophical difference. We aren't doing a TGE to raise money. We're doing a TGE to reward the users who have helped Vultisig get this far.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got some alpha right now. Please make your applause and stay happy and chill. I would really like to discuss these two features in depth, but I think we kind of running out of time because it's been 1 hour since we started, like roughly, but still, I think like everyone is slowly getting tired of tons of new information, even though the information itself is very interesting and exciting and attractive and motivates to try everything out as soon as possible because time is running out. And so, if you can, in short, tell us what are these two features which are to differentiate the experience from other wallets and storage like solutions.
Yeah, of course. So I'll keep it simple and brief, but of course, for people who want to learn more, like you highlighted, our website has a lot of detail. And if there's any doubts, of course, feel free to come to Twitter or Discord and just ask us. But let's talk about bots and agents, right? So AI agents have been a very big narrative in the last 5-6 months. We've had a lot of AI tokens, a lot of AI agents coming up, and some of them have done really well. But almost all of them suffer from the same problem, which is either you need to give an AI agent access to your funds. So if you have a Telegram AI agent bot and you talk to it, it will generate its own address. You transfer your money to it, and then it will make transactions based on its AI parameters. Or you connect your wallet to an AI agent website, and it will talk to you, analyze some data, do whatever it has to do, and then propose a transaction which you have to approve in your browser extension or your wallet connect. Both of these are unsafe because if you give custody of your funds to a random agent, it can just take your money and run away. And there have been a lot of rugs and scams that have done exactly that. And B, if you're using browser extensions, it requires you to be available to approve the transaction all the time, which is obviously not helpful. You would just make it yourself if you were available. And B, you need to know enough about crypto to be able to review that transaction and make sure it's not a scam. With Vultisig, because we have the MPC base layer, you can actually create a vault where one of the key shares is being held by an AI agent or bot, a second key share is held by the user, and a third key share is held by a verification bot. And this allows you to create a really, really cool and really, really new concept, which is trustless access to your funds. Because let's say you install a bot that says, I will take $10 from your vault every day and use it to buy a meme token on pump.fun. And hopefully I get it right. And the bot developer does some AI stuff to analyze the tokens and pick a great one. But you want to be sure that it's actually taking only $10 every day and only spending it at pump.fun. It's not transferring them somewhere else. To do this, you install the bot, which gets one key share. You install a verification bot, which gets a second key share. And the first bot has to propose a transaction and convince the verification bot that it's a legitimate transaction. So the verification bot can check, hey, transaction value is equal to 10 USDC. Transaction destination is pump.fun, and it's the first transaction in 24 hours. If any of these fail, the bot will refuse to participate in the key sign, and you are guaranteed that your pump.fun bot can never access any funds because it only has one key share. It has no direct control of funds. It can only request for someone else to co-sign. And if they refuse, too bad, your funds are still safe. So we're using this to build the Vultisig bot and agent platform. We're going to be launching the Vultisig marketplace, where users can install these AI agents and bots into their wallet very, very soon, in time for TGE probably. And this is going to be something that is totally new. No one else has done this in crypto before. No one else has given this level of safe access of funds to automated systems. And no one else has been able to build this safety feature around it, where you can guarantee at a mathematical level that they cannot steal your funds unilaterally. They always have to request a cosigner. So I'll leave you guys with this. If there's, of course, any questions, then by all means, go through the website, find us on Discord. We're happy to chat.
Absolutely. Just to clarify, so you're creating this another vault. So when you have two actors, two bots, one of them is verification bot, and another one is a AI agent, right?
Yes, that's perfectly right.
So I think that we're good for today, and thank you for coming. Because first of all, it was a pleasure to talk to you. You sound like very experienced person, even though you don't have your like face on PFP. I would consider this as like we have to trust Matt, because we met Matt at like conference, and so you got JP Thor behind, and you have got this website and so on and so forth. We just always remind everyone, like, do not trust, verify. This is the rule. Trustless is the key concept of crypto, and like everything, like it's like kind of foundational standard. Thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure once again, and I wanted to wrap this up. This is very interesting and unique solution I haven't heard before, and I'm really willing to try, give it a try, because even if it sounds new and unexplored, I still really want to try and see how does that work. But the one thing in the chat, people asked something, that the application is not available everywhere for the download.
Yeah.
So some regions were like restricted or so. Is there any solution, or
Yeah,
like?
so first of all, I mean, of course, thanks for having us, and apologies for JP not being able to make it. I think he's caught up in something else and couldn't get online. But of course, you should never trust us, especially not a faceless guy on Telegram. Everything we do is open source. Please feel free to check out the GitHub, check through the code, build the application yourself. Don't take my word for it. It's all up there. It's all safe. It's all open source. In terms of the region restriction, this is unfortunately something that we have a little less control over. And this is mostly because app stores impose restrictions on crypto apps for certain countries. So we're not able to enable certain countries as a crypto platform. But in the meantime, especially for Mac, Windows, and Linux, you can still download the app directly from GitHub, or just get the source code and build it. We do publish the releases on GitHub as well, which doesn't have the same restrictions as the App Store. But for some countries, unfortunately, Google and Apple do restrict crypto apps, which we don't have an easy way around. So unfortunately, the best solution I have there is to try and grab a build from GitHub, or to compile it yourself. It's all open source. But if you are in a country where the app stores work, that's obviously a much safer way, because you get automatic updates, you get the app store scanning, and all of that stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you for your honest feedback. It's impressive, and it's kind of stands you out in comparison to many people, because they like just, hey guys, well, welcome. We have the best solution on the market. Trust us, please. We good people. We good people. We just prefer AI generated PFPs over the real pictures. But still, guys, just trust us. We have this closed source code, because we have to protect our intellectual property, and we do it not for just 1 month. We run it. We always have been closed source, but this is just guys, trust us. We will reveal everything very soon. Everything will be fine. Stay tuned for the rug. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have some wrapping up words, please feel free to say everything you want.
I think you summarized it pretty well. We've been open source since day one. The apps are open source. The server is open source. Everything is on our GitHub. You don't have to trust us. You can review it yourself. By all means, I encourage it. I prefer it if you do. Thanks so much for having us. Super excited to share this with the entire Cosmos ecosystem. obviously, having our roots in Thorchain, we are very supportive of the Cosmos ecosystem. So excited that we have interest from that side. And as always, any questions, feel free to come to our Discord, our Twitter. Still got a few whitelist spots going out over the next few days. And looking forward to seeing all of you guys on Multisig soon. Thanks for having us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Wonderful. Bye. See you next time.